A developer in your company was just promoted to team lead and will be in charge of code deployment on EC2 instances via code commit and code deploy. Per the new requirements, the deployment process should be able to change permissions for deployed files as well as verify the deployment process. Which of the following actions should the new developer take? Define a build spec YAML file in the code build directory, define an app spec YAML file in the root directory, define an app spec YAML file in the code build directory, define a build spec YAML file in the root directory. Define an app spec YAML file in the root directory. The app spec YAML file is used in conjunction with code deployed to specify how to deploy the application onto the EC2 instances. It allows you to define various lifecycle event hooks, including setting file permissions and verifying deployment success. Good. A business hosts its website on EC2 instances and employs auto-scaling to adjust its resources according to traffic spikes. However, users globally report slow loading times because static content hosted on the EC2 instances takes too long to load, even outside of busy periods. What pair of actions should be taken to improve the latency of the website? Set up a CloudFront distribution to cache the static content with S3 configured as the origin. Upgrade the CPU and RAM available to the EC2 instances. Migrate the application to AWS Lambda. Double the auto-scaling group's desired capacity. Transfer the application static content hosted on EC2 instances to S3. Set up CloudFront distribution to cache the static content with S3 configured as the origin. Transfer the application's static content hosted on EC2 instances to S3. You create an auto-scaling group to work with application load balancer. The scaling group is configured with a minimum size of 5, a maximum value of 20, and the desired capacity value of 10. One of the 10 EC2 instances has been reported as unhealthy. Which of the following actions will take place? The ASG will keep the instance running and restart the application. The ASG will detach the EC2 instance from the group and leave it running. The ASG will terminate the EC2 instance. The ASG will format the root EBS drive on the EC2 instance and run the user data again. We'll terminate the EC2 instance. Okay. A developer wants to package the code and dependencies for the application's specific Lambda functions as container images to be hosted on ECR. Which of the following options are correct for the given requirement? You can test the containers locally using the Lambda runtime API. Lambda service does not support Lambda functions that use multi-architecture container images. Lambda supports both Windows and Linux-based container images. You can deploy Lambda function as a container image with a maximum size of 15 gigabytes. To deploy a container image to Lambda, the container image must implement the Lambda runtime API. Okay, that should have been said select too, but all right. Lambda service does not support Lambda functions that use multi-architecture container images. To deploy a container image to Lambda, the container image must implement the Lambda runtime API. All right. Okay.